You can see all your submitted cases from the My Cases tab. And if you are a standard user, it will also enable you to see any of your institutionally submitted cases. For all, again, I'll probably reiterate this a few times throughout this session, but all opened Ex Libris cases will be available, and any of those closed since the 1st of January 2015 will also be available. Your default list view here is the recently viewed list, but you can change your list view from the drop-down as shown. And you can also use the search box here on the right to search within that particular list view for any cases that include whatever search terms you've used. So as I said in the last slide, the recently viewed list will be your default view, and it will also be flagged as a pinned list until you decide to pin a new list. And you can set your own default pinned list by selecting a desired list and then clicking on the grey pin icon. And this pin selection will now become the pinned list in that list view. And we really recommend setting My Cases as shown as your default list. If you require more organization in your list views, for example, if you're managing institutional cases as well as your own cases, you can create your own new list or clone an existing list. And to do that, you click the gear icon on the right of the screen and select either the clone or the new option from the list view controls. New is pretty self-explanatory. It creates a new list and allow you to define any filters for that list from scratch. And clone, it also technically does create a new list, but it's based on the existing list and the filters that are attached to the list that you have cloned from. Here you can see that the options for cloning a new list are very similar. When you're cloning a list, you get the existing filters that can be modified, whereas creating a new list, as I said previously, you do have to create your own filters from scratch and develop that from scratch. You can create or edit filters in the cloned or new list views, and this is a really great option to organize your lists, whether according to product or status. As I said, especially if you have a large list of related cases to manage. So once you've created a cloned or new list, the filters option will be active, and you will see the filtered selections. And then from there at point 2, you can select any additional features to further customize the cases that are present in the list. It's really important to note though that your selections don't become active in your list until you've saved them. And then at the 3rd, you also have the option to add any Boolean logic to your added filters, so and or. You can add those kinds of search operators as well. One thing that is important to note in relation to lists is that you can only add or change filters to a cloned list or to a brand new list. You can't do it to an existing list. Customization options really depend on the list view that you're trying to edit. So in a cloned list, which is the example that's on this slide, there are several options available when you click the gear icon, which include clone, rename, edit list filters, selecting fields to display, deleting and resetting back to default views. You also have the option to wrap or clip text. And to do this, you just click on the down arrow at the top of the column to reveal those options. And you can also adjust column widths using the column width sliders, and these adjustments are sticky. So if you're editing default or non-cloned lists, the customizations that you have work the same way, but they're only available for wrapping and clipping text and adjusting column widths.